You're watching On the Line.
All right, and you are?
Jessie.
Jerrod, Jessie.
All right, now you guys are both at Xavier, but in two different roles. Jerrod, why are you at Xavier?
I'm a junior sales and marketing major.
Yes, and I'm the director of admissions for the College of Pharmacy.
Now, they also didn't tell you this is a mom and son, so we're so excited to have them on the line. So you guys ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, we're going to start right in it. So again, you said you're a student athlete. How'd you get into basketball?
Growing up, basketball wasn't my thing growing up necessarily. I was more like, wanted to play the drums. But my dad introduced me to basketball, and I kind of fell in love with it from there.
So I probably have been playing basketball since what? What should I say?
I would say about 4.
Yeah, 4 or 5. Yeah, 4 or 5. So ever since then, I just fell in love with the game. I tried different things like football, tried baseball a little bit. A little bit. I probably played baseball one game. Yes, that's it. But basketball is really what I stuck with, what I fell in love with.
Definitely. Now, you mentioned the drums. I know that you also have another son who's heavy into the drums. Yes. How awesome is that to see your little brother play the drums?
Let me tell you something about him. I don't like to tell him it to his face, right? He one of the best people. I'm not being biased. He's one of the best people I know at the gym, ever. Like, he's nice. He's nice.
And Miss Jessie, that's one thing that I've seen from all of your kids, that whenever any of them do anything, all 3 of them are always supporting each other. How big is that for you to have that type of supportive environment for your children?
Oh my God, absolutely. And that's a great question, Scott, because that's one of the things that we pride our family on, is just being able to be supportive. No matter what level, no matter where you are, we're a team. Listen, I've always said, even before having kids, I'm like, they can be at a dog fight. I'm gonna be at first row screaming. And so it's just been a pleasure to just, see them blossom into their own, but just being that supportive mom, and they have a very supportive dad. It matters, and I'm sure it has impacted their lives also. Yeah.
Definitely. Now, you speak about your husband and your dad. I know that he was a big-time college athlete when he was at Nichols State. What was that like, being able to have a dad who played college basketball kind of inspire you and push you to be great?
Well, my dad means a lot to me. He kind of paved the way. So I feel like if I could be just a half as good as a man as him, I'll be done something in the world. You know what I'm saying? So he introduced me to the game. He's at everything that I got to go to for all of us. Like, he makes everything happen. You feel me? So without him, I don't know where I'll be. So I'm grateful to have my dad in my life.
Definitely. Now, you mentioned everything that you do. You guys are heavily involved in church. How important is your faith to you, and what kind of lessons have you learned, or what kind of verses do you hold close to your heart?
Well,
without God is everything to us. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I know that for a fact. Without God, we wouldn't be here. You see what I'm saying? So faith is a big part of our life. My dad's a pastor. We own the church, so I'm there every Sunday. I try to do what I can. You feel me? My mom instilled us at a young age. We've been in church, you feel me, multiple times a week. So church is a big thing for us.
Definitely. And Miss Jessie, you talk about you've instilled some things in them. Not only have you instilled faith, but Jerrod had over 200 hours of community service in high school. How important was that to instill in him and all your kids that giving back?
Yes, giving back is so impactful, not just monetarily. We always tell them, don't just do stuff for money, right? But, service is so very, very important. I believe that that's one of the, foundations that we build our family as well as our faith upon, is just giving. And so even as, seeing them blossom into young men and young women, it's just so important to know the importance of just giving back, serving not only your community, not only at home, of course, at church, but just giving back, period. We have a tutoring center at the church where we really, really inspire young people. We have Xavier students that come to just give, and that just means so much. And I just believe that, you can't outgive God's giving. So what you make happen for him, he'll make happen for your lives. And so we see that, and we're just a demonstration of what God does by extending ourselves to others.
Definitely. You speak about, you have Xavier students there. One of my good friends of mine, I know that she comes to you guys' church as well. You've been kind of like a mother figure to not only Jerrod and your own children, but also some of the other students here as well. How important is that to you to know that you were making that type of difference, not only in the pharmacy school, but also just for regular students as well?
That is that's tremendous to me. I'm telling you, I have so many kids on this campus, like I can't even count them. And as a matter of fact, that's what keeps me. I think about my why, being in pharmacy, of course, I've seen so many students come in and out, but outside of that, just being able to make I mean, seeing you the other day, I mean, my life, you know, it's just lit up because, again, you just make such a profound difference in individuals, and you don't see that until they sit in your office and, you know, demonstrating the love that you have for them. And I mean, it has played such a major role. And like I said, I have so many babies on this campus. My biological baby, of course, but he shares me.
Definitely.
And, you know, that just matters. And I just thank God for the opportunity to play such a role. There's so many individuals that's on campus that families are away, right? And so having that mother figure on campus matters. And I tell you, that just does my heart so well. Yes.
Definitely. And with that, La Plaza is about 30 minutes from here. What was it like being in Louisiana, not necessarily in New Orleans, but close to the city? Kind of what was La Plaza like? How has that influenced you? And kind of, yeah, just how's being from La Plaza influenced you?
I wouldn't say it influenced me that much necessarily, because I mean, I went to middle school, elementary school in La Plaza, but I didn't go to high school in La Plaza. So La Plaza really didn't shape me for real. You see what I'm saying? I went to a small high school, West St. John, 200 people in the whole school, in the middle of nowhere. You see what I'm saying? So it's more of my family more than La Plaza that shaped me. I mean, I claim La Plaza, right? I claim La Plaza, but La Plaza didn't really. I love La Plaza, but La Plaza didn't really shape me.
Cool. And then with that, you talk about West St. John, small school, but you were a 3-time all-district member there, but you also were a multiple-time honor roll student. How did you kind of balance being not only an athlete, but a student athlete and excelling in the classroom?
That's easy. I didn't perform in the classroom. I couldn't play. You see what I'm saying? So I had to do what I had to do in the classroom. I knew that was important, not only for me, but for my family. You know what I'm saying? To get in good schools and stuff like that. And then basketball always been a passion, so I always put everything I had into it. So it had to balance itself out for me to play.
Again, in high school, you were a standout player, first team all-district your senior year. Were there any teammates or coaches who really influenced you or really you just have really fond memories with?
A couple people, Trinity Grow, Miles, my boy Miles. And my coach did a lot for me, but actually the person that does the most for me, I would have to say, would be my sister coach, the girls coach,
okay.
Coach Belair, Coach Joshua Belair. He has done a lot for my basketball career. I have to give thanks to him.
Definitely always great to give thanks. If you weren't playing basketball, what do you think you'd be doing?
I wasn't playing basketball.
I like fashion, I have to say. So, you know, doing something with fashion. I mean, I can still do both, right? But yeah, I like putting it on.
So that actually leads into one of my questions I already had. So you have Soul Legends on right now. Tell me a little bit what that is.
Okay, so
Soul Legends is me, my friends, me, Justice Kelly, Corey Wells, Dominic Morgan, DJ. We been came up with this, but we starting it back up. You know what I'm saying? We took a little break. Now we starting it back up. Got the new logo. I personally like camaraderie. I like my people to be together. So this is not, Soul Legends is not for everyone. You see what I'm saying? It's for me and my family and my 4 friends to just do whatever we want to do with it. We're not necessarily selling it. We're not necessarily trying to make people buy it. It's just we doing what we want to do with it. So whatever we feel like we want to express ourselves with Soul Legends, that's the way we do it. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
Definitely. And now, Mom, when did you think Jerrod really started to get his own style and kind of his own type of swag?
That's such a great question. Jerrod has always been into style, right? He coming up would change clothes 3 or 4 times a day for absolutely nothing, right? His godfather used to clown him all the time about that, but again, it was just something in him. I mean, 2 o'clock he have on one thing, 4 o'clock is something else, about 7 o'clock is it, but never like not something like necessarily stylish, but he just used to like to transform, I guess. But and then he blossomed into his own. I had a level of appreciation for him coming up with the brand Soul Legend, and I know it started conflicting with basketball at one time, and so he put it on the side. But and I'm grateful, even to see it coming back off, getting back on the ground. And we were talking the other day. I'm like, okay, so if someone was to ask you about Soul Legends, give it to me. And so I'm glad even on today he's able to regurgitate that up, and that matters. And so yeah, I support him 100%.
Definitely. And then you mentioned Justice, Corey, and DJ. What I know, of course, on the court, those are your brothers, those are your teammates. But off the court, how have those friendships impacted you?
That's brothers for life. That's wedding best men type of bonds right there. You know what I'm saying? We all bring something different to the friend group, but we all kind of like the same person. We all like kind of think the same, but we all bring something different to our friend group. Like I'm with him every day.
Every day.
Definitely. And then speaking on style as well, a lot of times now with the NBA, there's a lot of guys on league fits and have their own style. Is there anyone you kind of look up to in the fashion world, or do you kind of just get your own style?
Well, I don't got NBA money, right? So with that being said, I mean, I like Shay, right? That's the easy thing to say. I like Shay. But a person that puts it on to me that doesn't necessarily spend a lot of money, Jordan Poole. You see what I'm saying? Jordan Poole could wear some shorts. Yeah. I like Jordan Poole, Jordan Clarkson. I like LeBron style. He the GOAT, so I gotta say Bron. It's different people, but I really try to pick out my own style. You know what I'm saying?
And speaking of style too, you have a very extensive kick collection. When you kind of get into sneakers, and maybe what's your favorite sneakers that you have, what's in your regular rotation, and what's some stuff that you only pull out on a special occasion?
I can answer that question.
There you
Go
go.
ahead.
No, Scott, I can recall, I told you, I think Jerrod was in maybe 6th or 7th grade. I'm like, okay, so if you make all A's, you go to the mall, get you whatever you want to get. Oh my God, we got to the mall, got to the store, and he picks up a $220 pair of tennis shoes. I'm like, I just cannot. I cannot bring myself to swipe this card for $220. And they were like a neon green color. I remember this like it was yesterday. I just cannot. And so from that day forward, I made the promise. Of course, I had to make good on my word. But from that day forward, it's just been, oh my God, if I can have the collection of shoes, money that he has in shoes, I think would be LeBron James money. I'm joking, but no. Yeah, so I don't know. What's your thought on it?
I'm not gonna say how much for your heart. I'm not gonna say the prices of the shoes that I get, right? My favorite shoe that I have to have, probably the off-white Forces, the black ones that I wear. The price is doesn't matter here. That's probably my favorite. What else I wear? I wear Travis Scott lows. I really wear a lot of slippers. I don't really put on shoes too much, but.
And you wear the number 25 on your jersey. What's the significance of that?
There's no significance to that.
It's like the number?
Yeah, it's
Cool. And so, Louisiana is more known for their football players, but were there any guys from Louisiana who you kind of looked up to from a basketball sense, or any guys who, even if they were like before your time, that you were like, man, like this dude's nice, and like, I like his game or anything?
Not from Louisiana necessarily. We've been going to Pelicans games, so I always used to like Chris Paul, Anthony Davis when he played for the Pelicans, Hornets. But growing up, I used to watch a lot of Bron,
Of course.
a lot of high school, Tyrese Maxey, John Wall.
My guy.
Who else I used to like growing up? Cam Reddish, high school Cam Reddish, Jason Tatum. People like that, high school mixtapes.
Definitely. And now for a little bit more of a serious question. So you guys are from Louisiana. Louisiana sometimes gets hit by hurricanes. Have you guys ever been affected by one? And how did that kind of change some of the trajectory of you guys' lives?
Well, we've actually been totally flooded twice.
Wow, twice.
Yes, Hurricane Isaac, Hurricane Ida. As a matter of fact, we just moved back in our house a couple of months ago after being flooded by Hurricane Ida. So totally impacted us. We were in Texas, and that was, one of the things. Jerrod was here while we were in Texas, of course. So we had that home away from home type of experience. But yeah, ministry and life called us back because Texas did have a strong grip on us. And we said if we had to go through it again, we wasn't coming back. But nevertheless, we are back. Yeah, so as we approach hurricane season again, very, very soon, as a matter of fact, month after next, we're hoping that we never have to face that. But yes, we were totally devastated for 2 hurricanes. Yeah.
Well, you touched on the hurricane part, but I do gotta shout out my little sister. You know what I'm saying? During the hurricane, she not only had to move, but she went to Texas and won a state championship.
That's dope.
In the middle of the transition and everything. So I gotta shout out my little sister over there.
Who's actually in the building. Congrats.
State champion. I never got that. So state champion. What, MVP, huh?
Oh,
MVP
snap.
of the game. Yeah, I never got that, so I gotta shout her out for that.
That's dope. That's real dope. Okay. And then with that, you both seem to have pretty positive demeanors. How are you guys able to keep that during that time?
Nobody but God, as Jerrod said, that's our foundation. We had to keep in mind our why, they're our whys. We had to stay uplifted for them. We know we had ministry, other people, pulling on us even from a distance. And we know that God wasn't finished with us even here. And so with that being said, listen, we had to fight and fly. Definitely. For almost a year being away. It wasn't the easiest thing. I tell you, we lived in hotels and finances ran out with FEMA. We had to go into Airbnb and pay out of our pockets and fighting with insurance companies and everything else. But at the end of the day, we're just, through God's grace, He blessed us to be able to make it through that. And I tell you, as Jerrod mentioned, the kids just soared. I mean, we found an amazing school during that time, for them to be able to transition to, and they met some great people, and we just found favor in Texas. And so, again, God being our foundation and our faith just kept us and helped us to continue to propel, and that's why we're here. Absolutely.
Awesome. And now, a little bit more about your Xavier basketball journey. So, definitely it's been an interesting journey nonetheless. Can you tell me about why did you pick Xavier out of high school, as well as what's been like ups, downs, good, bad, anything that you would like to share about your story?
Well, I've been coming to Xavier for my mom been working here for how long?
10 years.
10 years, right? So I've been around Xavier basketball, working out with them in the summer and stuff since I was 9th, 8th grade. Yeah, he had taken me in. I work out with the team and stuff like that since 9th, 8th grade. So when he offered me, it was an easy yes. You know what I'm saying? Because he always been down for me and stuff like that. So I had to, you know what I'm saying? So I had to reciprocate the energy. So I came here. It wasn't necessarily what I expected on the court wise. I always try to take the positive out of everything. Definitely. So I've got brothers for life. Definitely. I got the experience playing college basketball. Not many people get to experience that at all. Definitely. You see what I'm saying? Waking up at 5 in the morning. It's hard, but it's not. Everybody don't get to experience that. I know people wish they could do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So even doing that, I know I didn't get a chance to play as much here as I wanted to, but it's always something you can take out of it. So I'm in hopeful, praying about it, transition of getting another opportunity to go somewhere else to actually show my abilities. See what I'm saying? If God said the same.
Definitely. And with that too, again, you talk about finding the positives. Maybe what's been your favorite Xavier basketball moment, or maybe a favorite teammate, or just a favorite time that you had?
I would say we won coming into freshman year. We won the conference championship. So ring night would be probably my favorite part. Not only getting the rings, but seeing all our hard work pay off. Because them 5 o'clock practices, having somebody yell at you at 5 o'clock, that ain't easy. So actually like getting the ring and stuff like that. seeing how happy our team was, it was like nobody could tear us down at that point. You know what I'm saying? We was all together. We was all happy for each other. No matter if you played 10 minutes, played the whole game, we were just happy. We were just happy to be with each other. So that would probably be my favorite experience.
Definitely. And with that too, this summer you were working out like crazy. You had a huge transformation. You were in the gym every day. What kind of goes into that mindset of trying to get better and just going in there and attacking each day?
Never being satisfied, always knowing that you can work on something else. See what I'm saying? There's always somebody in the gym, you know, so you got to stay in the gym yourself. So I love seeing myself transform. I really like seeing progress. So there's no progress without putting in work. So that's what really kept me in the gym.
Definitely. And then Mom, you see him in the gym all the time. He's working out like crazy. Does he do a good job of making sure he still checks in with you and still comes and sees the family?
I have to beg him a lot. You know, you would think that I'm on campus, so I should see him at least 3-4 times a week, but he'll stop by maybe once a week, but as always, I'm busy, I'm studying, I'm in the library. The library is in the College of Pharmacy building, so that's no excuse, right? But no, he puts in a lot of work, and just proud of him, proud of the journey, and just seeing him just blossom into, you know, the man of God that I know that he, you know, he's well on his way. And, you know, just to hear his story and just taking out the positive, because it has been a journey. You know, it wasn't necessarily what I thought it was going to be, you know, him coming to Xavier. I just, you know, not necessarily, it doesn't take away from the support, because we've always been supportive of the team, but you know what, I just believe that his journey is different, but at the same time, it's not a bad journey. I'm just hearing a lot of the takeaways that he have been able to receive from his journey. It just makes me proud as a parent. You know, I know it's been a lot of sacrifice and a lot of encouraging, you know, stay focused, you know, God have you covered, a lot of prayers, you know, to just push him forward, but I just still believe that God is not finished with him. So I'm interested in seeing, you know, what the rest is going to entail. Absolutely.
Definitely. And then with that too, again, you've been at Xavier since 2013. What's maybe your favorite memories that you've had at Xavier from a staff perspective or as a parent perspective?
Well, as a parent, of course, just I cannot believe in a couple of weeks he'll be transitioning to a senior. Yes. Literally, I mean, again, as he mentioned, being on campus in 7th grade and coming to the summer programs and barely old enough to attend the summer programs. Now, again, transitioning to a senior, that is just, oh my God, it just does my heart well, but makes me emotional because time has passed so fast. But even, you know, as a director, just seeing students perhaps coming in, just not knowing, you know, themselves, and then graduating as doctors, you know, that means so very, very much. And we just see students rotate in and out each and every year, and just to know that I play such a major role in that, it just does my heart well also. So, yeah.
Awesome. And then, Rod, again, talk about your basketball. We talked a little bit about growing up. But what's next for you? After college, what would you like to do? If you could do anything in the world, what would you want to do?
Either something with fashion, you know. I don't know how big I want to take Soul Legends. I feel like I can design for a company, or I can start my own company. I don't see myself necessarily working a traditional 9 to 5, or something around basketball. So if I not necessarily a coach, but on the staff or basketball staff or something like that, something around the game. So either fashion or basketball, something around that line.
Awesome. That's all for my questions. Is there anything you guys want to share with the viewers?
You go first. Ladies first.
I would just say it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. As I mentioned to Scotty a couple of minutes ago, I can recall a mother and daughter doing an interview such as this, and just to have this opportunity to share, you know, this platform with my son, it means the absolute world to me. And listen, it's been meant the world just to have him on campus with me over the last 10 years, but 3 years as a student, and you know, all is well. And I'm so proud of you, son.
Yeah, I want to tell you that. Thank you for everything. You know, I love you so much. And
Yes.
Thank you, Scott, for having us. And you know, whatever you need, you know, we got you over here. So
Likewise.
Yes.
Awesome, guys. That's been On the Line. Scott out. Peace.